What is up, everybody? Matt Hatter welcomes you back to the channel. Today we are going to be checking out Linkin Park, Easier to Run, off their album Meteora. I hope that you guys are ready for this. This comes as a priority request from Abraham. Abraham, thank you for your continued support. Everybody, make sure you show some love to Abraham down in that comment section. And if there's anything you guys want to see us react to, make sure you check out the reaction request forms. They are down in the description box in the Linktree link. There are free requests and priority requests. Free requests are done first come, first served. Priority requests get VIP treatment like this video right here, and they are skipped to the front of the line, and they are the next reaction to hit the channel. So let's go ahead and get the show on the road. Let's get our cup of tea and a side of crazy because we are all mad here. I hope you sit back, you relax, you enjoy this trip down the rabbit hole. As always, if you enjoy the content, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I can't hit my button. Turn on those notification bells, that way you get notified when we drop new content and you become part of the Hatter family. You guys ready for this one? I'm ready. Let's get it. Okay, I'm not sure if I've heard this one before. Starting it off with, it's easier to run than to deal with this pain all alone. A lot of people feel that way. Like, instead of dealing with their problems, they feel that it's easier to run away from the problems, try to preoccupy their mind so they're not constantly thinking about these problems. The only problem with that is you can never outrun your problems. They follow you. So if you're having problems here and you start to run, you're going to have problems where you end up. The only way to truly face your problems or deal with your problems is to face them and conquer them. You are stronger than the problems. Every problem is just an obstacle on this road that we call life. And it's how you deal with those obstacles. Yeah, they may knock you down. Yeah, they may make you take a little bit of a detour. But if you face them and conquer them, you don't need to run. Because when you run, like I said, you're just going to find more problems where you end up at.
Something has been taken from deep inside of me. A secret I've kept locked away, no one can ever see. Wounds so deep they never show, they never go away. Like moving pictures in my head, for years and years they've played.
If I could change, I would. Take back the pain, I would. Retrace every wrong move that I made, I would. If I could stand up and take the blame, I would. If I could take all the shame to the grave, I would. If I could change, I would. Take back the pain, I would. Retrace every wrong move that I made, I would. If I could stand up and take the blame, I would. I would take all my shame to the grave.
Okay, so looking back on life, you realize like all the mistakes that you've made, all the wrong turns that you've made. And like if I could go back and change those, I would. There's different ways that you can look at it. Everything that you go through in life is a learning experience. And if you learn something from it, then it's not a mistake. We have different outlooks and different ways of looking at things, and it's all how you look at things on how you overcome them. If you go through a bad situation and you let it knock you down and you stay down, then you haven't learned anything from it and it's going to remain a bad experience. But if you have this experience and you're like, okay, what can I change to prevent this from happening again? Or what can I do to prevent myself from going down a similar path? If you use it as a learning experience, then it takes that bad experience and turns it into a positive experience. You may not see it at the time, but in the future, looking back on it, you can look at it and be like, yeah, I wish I would have changed what I did, what I said, how I treated people, etc. But at the same time, you would not be the person that you are today if you hadn't gone through those situations.
But if I could stand up and take the blame, I would take all my shame to the grave. It's easier to run, replacing this pain with something more. It's so much easier to go than face all this pain. You're all alone.
Sometimes I remember the darkness of my past, bringing back these memories I wish I didn't have. Sometimes I think of letting go and never looking back, and never moving forward so there'd never be a path.
If I could change, I would.
Wow, that's deep. You know, sometimes I look back and I see all this stuff that I've gone through, and I wish that I could change it. But at the same time, I kind of wish that, you know, I could turn and just run and never look back. But at the same time, I feel like I would just stay still and have time stop moving so there would no longer be a past. Unfortunately, time is an ever-moving thing. We can't stop time. We have a very limited amount of time on this earth. So you can't stop time, and you can't outrun the problems. The best way to do it is, like I said, you got to face your problems no matter what they are. We all have dark, deep, buried skeletons in our closets. We have to face them. We have to come to grips with them and accept it, because it's made us who we are. You should not be ashamed of who you are, no matter what you've gone through. Things that are out of your control, we tend to beat ourselves up for going through them, for allowing them to happen. And they were out of our control. Like people that go through abusive relationships, people that get assaulted physically, other ways. It's not your fault. Don't beat yourself up for it. Yeah, it's a traumatic experience and it takes time to deal with it. But we have to deal with it so we can move forward.
Never moving forward so there'd never be a path.
If I could change, I would take back the pain. I would retrace every wrong move that I made. I would. If I could stand up and take the blame, I would. If I could take all the shame to the grave, I would. If I could change, I would take back the pain. I would retrace every wrong move that I made. I would. If I could stand up and take the blame, I would. I would take all my shame to the grave. Just washing it aside, all of the helplessness inside, pretending I don't feel misplaced is so much simpler than change. It's easier to run, replacing this pain with something more. It's so much easier to go than face all this pain. You're all alone. It's easier to run. If I could change, I would take back the pain. I would retrace every wrong move that I made. It's easier to go. If I could change, I would take back the pain. I would retrace every wrong move that I made. I would. If I could stand up and take the blame, I would. I would take all my shame to the grave.
Wow. Whew. I knew back then that Linkin Park had some deep, meaningful lyrics. But like I've said in my previous reactions, I never knew how deep it truly went. Like, now looking at it as a reaction channel, I'm seeing there's so much deeper of a meaning behind this. And it's mind-blowing, honestly. Because this is my first time listening to Easier to Run, but the other reactions that we've done, we have listened to them in the past, and it's just mind-blowing to me, because thinking about it now compared to thinking about it back then, I didn't pick up the same messages. I've grown as a person, I've grown, as a human, and I'm able to adapt to where I can, pick up the different messages and all that stuff, and Linkin Park was a phenomenal band. I thought they were great back then, but now that I'm really digging into their lyrics and really digging up the story, they were a real band. They were putting out these messages. They wanted to help people. It's crazy. Alright guys, we have reached the end of the video. You know what time it is. I need you to drop down into that comment section. Let me know what you thought about this video and what you would give it as a rating between 1 and 10 hats. I gotta give them 10 out of 10 hats. Because sometimes it does seem easier to run. It seems easier. Don't be fooled. Don't be deceived. Because once you stop running, you're gonna realize that your problems are still there. Let me know your guys' thoughts, comments, and ratings down below. And while you're down there, if you did enjoy this reaction video, do me a huge favor and smash that thumbs up button. Act like it owes you some money, because that's going to let me know that you guys are enjoying the content that we're putting out, and it encourages me to keep putting out more great content just like this each and every day. I appreciate you guys for being here. Definitely go check out the original content. Link is in the description box. Also in that description box, you're going to get my link that will take you to all the places to where you can follow the channel, support the channel, put in reaction requests, all that good stuff. Huge shout out to all my Patreon supporters scrolling across the screen very shortly. They should be. Where are my Patreon supporters? Oh. I wonder how long that's been messed up. Well, we might have some videos that don't have Patreon supporters scrolling across the screen. I do apologize, but huge shout out to the Patreon supporters. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you've stuck around this long in the video, you, my friend, are as mad as the Hatter, and for that, I'm going to give you this code. The code is going to be 5233. Drop that code down below. It lets me and everybody else know that you are part of the Elite Squad. You watched the entire reaction video, and for that, I cannot thank you guys enough. It truly does help out the channel, and you guys are absolute rock stars. But with all that being said, this is going to be the Mad Hatter signing out, reminding all the Hatters out there to 1, stay mad, 2, take care of yourselves, and 3, we will see you in the next one.